us Drew Eubanks with the LA Times. Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, let's meet you guys here.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on being traded from Utah here to the Clippers?
Great opportunity. I had a good time in Utah. Those guys were front office, players, coaches. Everybody was really good to me, and I'm excited to be here, play a part of a winning team, and make a playoff push and just bring what I got.
Have you and Ty Lue had a chance to talk about what your role might be here?
Who?
You and Ty Lue?
No. Sorry, I didn't hear what you said. No, not yet. We've met, obviously, chatted for a bit, but no role defining yet.
Drew, Tomer Zarla with Clutch Points. Nice to meet you. Welcome to LA.
Thank you.
What have your impressions been of this team? I think you faced them once this year, twice. What have your impressions been of this team, just from the outside looking at?
Very disruptive team. I think the second time that we played you guys, we're out in transition a bunch, and just obviously the number one defensive team. So we turn the ball over a lot. Very disruptive, but honestly, just got a lot of great players, a lot of superstars, guys who make plays, and yeah.
The backup big man spot has been a bit of a hole for this team. I know they've gone small the last couple of games as well. Where do you see kind of you just being able to plug in and fill some voids there?
Yeah, I athletic, get out and run the floor, be a lob threat, protect the rim, get guys like James and Kawhi, Norm, those guys open for threes or get going downhill, finish around the rim, be a physical presence for them. I know Zoo plays a lot of minutes, so just filling in the gaps when he's not out there.
And you're Law Murray at The Athletic. Good to see you. I know that you're an interior player. I've seen you corner three.
Mm-hmm.
You shoot like 40% the last couple of years or whatever. My question is, how comfortable are you taking that shot, and would you want to take more of those shots now that you've changed teams?
Yeah. I definitely would. It's obviously a higher percentage, but I'm not shooting a ton of them, and I think that's because most of the time I'm just not in those positions where I'm spacing out. But it's something I work on every single off season, work on it throughout the year. It's part of my routine to shoot threes, corner threes specifically, and if I'm put in that spot and they're like, hey, we want you to shoot these shots, then I'll shoot them and I'll work on them even more. But it's just, I don't normally find myself in that position to shoot a ton of them. So when I do, I try to shoot them, but it's really circumstantial.
I remember when you was with Chris Dunn in Portland. It was not a long time, but you had some games. You know what I'm saying? Some pretty good games. What's it like having someone when you change teams that you've at least been with in the previous stuff?
Yeah, no, it's huge, and having Patty come along too. We've had a connection from San Antonio as well, but I love playing with Chris when in the literally like this exact same scenario the last like 2 or 3 months of the season, and he's obviously a great defensive player, makes the right play, plays within himself, and I'm excited to get back on the court with him.
Is there something?
Go ahead. You already started. Go.
Is there something? What is something about you that maybe people don't know off the court, away from basketball, that you maybe like a hobby or anything like that?
I don't know. I mean, I try to keep basketball life and personal life separate, But man, I'm pretty simple. Like I show up to work. This is my job, and then go home, spend time with my wife, dogs. We like to just get outside. Just whatever. I mean, it's tough during the season to have like outside hobbies because basketball takes up so much time. But really, it's like the things I do outside of basketball kind of prepare myself for basketball. So.
Drew, I'm Lauren. I'm with our broadcast. I'm curious. James Harden has a pretty illustrious history of working with bigs.
Mm-hmm.
So whether it was like, I don't know, watching him as a fan because you're younger, watching as an opponent, like what excites you about playing on his side specifically?
I've seen, like you said, what he's been able to do for guys like Clint Capella, Zubac these last 2 years. I think he's been here. Like I know he's working with Zoo after shoot-arounds on pick and roll timing and stuff, and I've seen what how his game's been able to grow with the addition of James. So I'm excited to get to be a part of that. And I think outside of playing with guys like Dame, I haven't really played with a guy who just put the ball where it needs to go and make the right play. So whether he's coming off and shooting threes or getting downhill and getting to his floater or throwing lobs, I'm ready for it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys.